Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and always I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. And today I have a legendary guitarist on my phone right now, and I'm very excited to have him on here. I'm happy that he has his own new album coming out, his debut album actually. It's none other than Jeff LaBar from the legendary Cinderella. How's it going, Jeff?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How you doing, John?
Doing awesome, man. Like I said, it's an honor to have you on the show, and congratulations on having a debut album, man. It's finally here.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you very much, and I'm still trying to get used to the legendary moniker, but but I appreciate it. Yeah, it's about time. You know, I've been threatening to do this for a while, and I think, it's about time for everybody around me who's tired of hearing me talk about it. I finally put my money where my mouth is, basically.
Was that really the initiation of wanted you to do it because you've talked about it for so long and finally just said, hey, I'm just going to do this?
Well, I've been threatening to make a solo record for years, and with Cinderella not working so much, our touring is maybe every summer, maybe every other summer, and I've been mainly threatening, to my wife, Debbie, and she's been hounding me.
Yeah.
And finally, end of 2012, our last tour with Cinderella, it came out that Tom Kiefer was putting out a solo record. So my wife and my manager, Larry Moran, said, now you have to do it. You have no choice. We're going to kick your ass all the way to the studio. And they did. My only apprehension was, I haven't been on my own in 30 years. I've always had the other three guys by my side to make records and stuff. But, I had a lot of songs that I'd like to record, and I wanted to sing them. I wanted to play everything and sing everything. So I managed to get it together for a few months in the studio with my engineer, Ronnie Honeycutt. And we put 3 songs together. I sent one song, the first single, No Strings, out to Fred Corey to mix it, and he just turned it into a masterpiece. Well, I mean, maybe it's not a masterpiece, but he, he took all my 48 tracks and whittled them down to like 24 and made sense of it. So he sprinkled some fairy dust on it. And I got back in the studio, recorded a few more songs, and here I am out with a record coming out on Rat Pack Records on August 26th. But we got the single out, No Strings, with a video.
Was it odd for you being in a recording studio and thinking to yourself, my God, these are my songs, where's the rest of the guys,
No, it wasn't odd, but it was harder. It wasn't odd that they were my songs because I was like thrilled to be finally recording my song. But it was harder because I didn't have the other 3 guys to lean on. We've always been very much a group, and we've always helped each other with our parts and with making the songs better and writing and arranging and all that stuff. So it was just harder doing it all by myself, although I had the help of my engineer, Ronnie Honeycutt. So it was just the 2 of us. After Troy Lucetta from Tesla threw down some drum tracks for me to get me started. So between my wife Debbie, my manager Larry Moran, Troy, and Fred Corey, and Ronnie Honeycutt, between the 5 of us, this is what started it and made it happen.
What was the best part of making this debut album for you?
I think the best part was listening to Fred's mix. I was like, "Holy cow, is that me?" He made it sound great, but make no mistake, that's all me. We didn't have to correct anything. There's no autocorrect or pitch transposing of any vocals or anything. That's me. I've been singing as long as I've been playing guitar.
Yeah.
But I guess the making it was the work part. I think the best part of it was seeing it come to life and seeing the inner sleeve with the lyrics printed out and the outer sleeve, signing 500 copies of the outer sleeve, for some of the Rat Pack pre-order bundles that you can order. So I think the best is yet to come. When the CD comes out, and maybe if I get to put a band together and tour it, it'll just keep getting better for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. To me, I grew up listening to you guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kicked ass from the get go, and I've listened to bits and teasers of this album, and I cannot wait till it comes out. I cannot wait to get it.
Oh, cool! The teasers are pretty cool. It was funny when Joe Bryan and Rat Pack put them together, and he sent it to me. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
You get a little taste of a few songs on the CD. Like, oh, okay, that. I get it.
I like when publicists do that because it gives you a little taste of what the album sounds like. And I like it because you stay true to your roots, if you know what I'm saying. You stay true to your sound, your unique sound. I say this over and over. Every guitarist has their own unique sound.
Yeah.
What was...
I've been using the same amps since, like, the early 80s.
Wow.
I still have the same Marshall heads and Marshall cabinets that I had way back when. And I've stayed true to my sound, and I've also, as far as my roots, like my roots go deep. My roots, when I started playing guitar, it was with an acoustic, sitting on my bed singing out of a songbook, like Beatles, and even like Jim Croce and Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles and Cat Stevens, stuff that with an acoustic, And then I graduated to, as I got better, I was into the prog rock, like Yes, Genesis, Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
And then as I grew up into a teenager, it was Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Alice Cooper was a big influence on me. And then, my musical tastes, like, keep going, when I got into my early 20s or late teens, it was Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. Then it was Anthrax and Metallica. And then I got in Cinderella. So it was all progression. So I think I'm trying to represent all my different musical tastes on this record. But there's only 7 songs. We decided to release a 7-song EP for the short attention span theater that people that listen to music are. We could have probably released one song at a time, but an EP. We decided, you know what, we'll call it Side A, and see how this goes, and I'll get back in the studio and record Side B with another 7 songs.
That's actually a good idea. That's a really cool idea. I want to throw this out here, and I want to get back to talking about One for the Road. You just mentioned some older bands and stuff. What bands surprise you that are still putting out music right now, and really good stuff?
Well, I think the band that surprises me the most is Aerosmith.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know about it surprises or I'm just impressed.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Aerosmith is working on 9 Lives.
Yeah.
I mean, they the 70s Aerosmith was so awesome. Mm-hmm. And, they had the little breakups and whatever, and they came back in the 80s with, like, a whole new sound and just great songs. And then the 90s did it again, and it's amazing because I just saw them a couple of years ago, and they were just fantastic. They're just so good. They're even probably better than they were in the 70s because they were sober. But I think that's the band that surprises me the most. Getting
back to One for the Road, what are some of your favorite tracks off this new debut album?
Well, there's only 7 songs on it, and 2 of them are acoustic instrumentals. And there's two songs on this record. One's called one's called Nightmare on My Street, and it's like a double bass, like speed metal song. Nice. With a crazy Arabian guitar solo in it. I think that one's my favorite. But I also have a song like it's slow, heavy, trudgy, Sabbathy kind of song called "You're Asking for a Beating." And I think the lyrics to that song are my favorite.
That's awesome.
But No Strings is probably the best sounding song. Yeah. I have an acoustic ballad called "Hello or Goodbye," which is kind of heartfelt and based on a heartfelt time in my life, and it got a little bit of a Telecaster country twang on it, and then there's the song "One for the Road" is like a blues song. It's like a 3/4 timing. It's like a waltz shuffle blues song. and it's pretty much most all the lyrics on this record are very from me, from my experiences and what I've been through in various parts of my life. So, One for the Road is the guy that just don't want to leave the bar.
This is what I like. This is what I like about music and storytellers, is because what you guys put out to us, it's amazing how it reflects to us too, and plus it's amazing how we grasp that song and take it as like a code for us. You know what I'm saying? And then like that song may have a total different meaning, from the day that you wrote it. And it's just, like I've said, it's amazing how music can just touch people and just lift them to a higher place.
Yeah, I think different people will get different things out of the songs. But I'll tell you, some of my songs are pretty literal. They're just not always in first or second person. Like a lot of times I write in third person, even though it's about me. I'll write in third person.
What do you hope the fans take away from this album?
What I hope they take away from this album? First of all, I hope people appreciate it. I hope people like it. I know a lot of guitar players from the '80s, from '80s bands, put out solo records or put out a guitar record. It's just not really a guitar record. It's not me doing. Although there are a couple instrumentals that are just acoustic, like interludes that go in between songs, a la Led Zeppelin. And I hope people understand the songs, understand the lyrics. And I think people dig it. It's not that self-indulgent for a lead guitarist from the '80s. It's definitely not a Steve Vai record. It's more about it's less about guitar playing and more about the songs, right, and the lyrics.
Since it's
I hope people appreciate that and maybe dig my singing.
Exactly, man. Like I said, I'm excited for this. And when they sent this out and saying you were doing this, I was like, hell yeah! I can't wait for this to come out. So yeah.
Cool. I've gotten a lot of good feedback. I'm doing a lot of interviews now promoting this CD, and a lot of people are very surprised at my voice. So hopefully they what I've been getting a lot is like, you sound like a cross between Alice Cooper and Stephen Pearcy. I'm like, hey, I'll take that.
Yeah, Lord, yeah. Let me ask you this, man, and I've asked all the musicians that's been on here. Do you think that for like the solo artists and people that are breaking out on their own, do you think the digital age has helped artists like that, or do you think it's hurt?
Oh, how much time do you have? Because I get these questions about the music business as it was and as it is now.
Yeah.
And back in the day, we put our first record sold 3 million copies. We went on tour with Bon Jovi, who sold 9 million. These days, Lady Gaga's, lucky if she sells 1 million. That's like crazy. I think the biggest artist around now is Taylor Swift. But a lot of artists make it on YouTube now. Singers can just put stuff out. You don't have to get a manager and shop a deal and compete with a whole bunch of other bands that sound just like you. First of all, like hard rock, like '80s bands, not so much anymore. But in the pop music area, it's all downloads. You find somebody. Usher found Justin Bieber on YouTube and set him up in the studio, and he put out a record, but he made it on one song. Downloaded it. You could download his one song. Taylor Swift made it by, her dad setting her up and using the internet, and basically he bought her first 1 million copies, so she went straight to number one, and that's the biggest promotion there is. There's so many ways to do it these days. I chose to go with Rat Pack Records. They're doing good things with some older guys like me. They put out John Corabi, Dave Rude from Tesla, Lynch Mob.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of other things coming up. But I think the digital age is not so much CDs, not so much a hard copy, but you can just put out songs and download them or upload them, whatever the case may be. And you can just, that's what I was talking about, short attention span theater. You can just put out one song at a time. There's this artist, Colby Calais, who's a great singer. She's just a great pop, maybe even folk singer. But she decided to just put out an EP, like I was saying, and she decided to call it Side A, And I pretty much did the same thing. Not that I copied off of her,
right.
But I had thought about this before. I was just going to put out one song at a time and just throw it on iTunes without any packaging. Well, I think the older folks like us, we like the packaging. We like the physical CD, the compact disc with the insert that has the lyrics on it. I know I do. I like read all the thank yous and stuff. So, there's a whole lot more differences. I could go on forever, but I won't.
Like I said, this subject, I get pros and cons out of it and everything, and I just like to hear everybody's different opinion about it because, the digital age just came on, and it's came on strong. And the things the way they used to be back in the 80s and early 90s and stuff to get music, it's just not that way anymore. I used to love going to the record store and buying a CD,
right.
And now it's just like, you can go to Amazon or iTunes and get it. That's cool.
Yeah, now try and find a record store.
Yeah, it's cool and everything, but, my God, sometimes when I go out and find a CD, it's like finding a gem in a rut, It's like, hey, look what I got.
Right? So, I know. It's not only music either. We could go on and on about this, but it's not just music. They're not only all the CDs, all the record stores closed, but the CD stores and all, and everything's online, but everything's online shopping. Malls are closing.
Yeah.
Whole malls, whole shopping centers are closing. The whole retail business in general is taking a big hit because of online shopping. People don't have to leave their homes, to go shopping. Pretty soon we won't have to leave our home to eat, We're going to get food online. Food is going to be transported through our computers, right onto our plate, Pretty soon we won't have to leave our houses.
You can already order pizza. You can already order pizza online, so.
Oh, I know.
It's ridiculous. And I thought about this the other day too. I remember going and buying $200 worth of CDs, and people look at me like I was crazy. So now, who's the fool now?
Oh my God! Right?
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing. It's an internet world. It's an online business, and it's just getting more and more. The music business is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. What do you want the fans to know when they come out and see a show from you? What are they going to expect?
Oh my God, I haven't put a band together yet. I'm thinking about. I don't have a band. I did the record. I did the record myself with the help of a few drummers, and with my engineer Ronnie Honeycutt. But I'm thinking about it. I did a video, for No Strings, so I had to put a band together for that. So it's my son on guitar, my son Sebastian.
Oh, nice.
Who plays for. That's my son on guitar. He plays for a great band called Mach 22.
Yeah.
They're like a lot like Velvet Revolver.
Oh, cool.
And it's on bass. It's Jasmine Kane, who's a great solo artist, singer, songwriter around these parts here in Nashville. Plus, she tours. She's in Sturgis right now. She does all the biker rallies and stuff. But she's amazing. And I got Matt Arn on drums, who plays in like the best rockabilly band you've ever heard called Hillbilly Casino. And if I could get these three away from their day jobs, I just might do it. But also in the video is my wife Debbie playing the bartender, and a girl named Goldie Fatale. Goldie Fatale is the blonde in the video playing the ex-love interest, you could call it. But, if I could get all these people away from their day jobs, I think I might do it. Sebastian, he's my son. I could just tell him he has to do it. But, I just might put a band together. And what would I want fans to take away from a show? Hopefully that we were really good. You know, I've never been the front man or the singer for, you know, an hour, 90-minute show, whatever. I've never done that before, so I have a little anxiety about that, you know. I've seen what Kiefer has gone through as far as keeping his voice right night after night. So, you know, I would like to see how well I can pull it off. I think I'd be okay because I don't have that all the wear and tear that Tom has.
You mentioned that your son was playing guitar on your album here. How does that mean to you, man? I mean, you know, keep it in the family like that.
He didn't play on the album. He played in the video.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That was him in the video.
Okay.
I played all the guitars on the album.
Okay. See, I got one last question here for you.
Okay.
What do you hope that this album accomplishes for you?
Oh, my God. I mean, what do I hope it accomplishes? Hey, you know, my hopes can run high. I hope I get Grammy Awards out of it. But that's probably unlikely. You know, I just hope people enjoy it, man. I hope Cinderella fans will dig it and not judge me too harshly, and allow me to continue to do it. If people dig this and they accept me outside of Cinderella, you know, I'll do it some more. Like I said, I'll put out 7 more songs and call it side B, or I'll call it 2 for the road. You know, so. Yeah, I just hope. I just hope people dig it. You know, that's all I can really hope for.
Exactly, my man. Jeff, how can people stay in touch with you and buy some merch and buy this awesome album that's going to drop out from you?
Well, it's available. There's pre-order bundles available on ratpackrecords.com, and that's you can order like autographed CDs. I sat here the other day and autographed 500 copies. And I autographed the cardboard cover for the jewel boxes, the jewel cases.
Yeah.
Not the inner sleeves. So it's like we got some fancy, like, you know, cardboard covers over top of the jewel box, the plastic cases. So I autographed like 500 of them. We got T-shirts, guitar picks, signature guitar picks, 8x10, signed 8x10s, posters. Even got bass drum heads.
Oh, nice.
With a cool little thing. If you go to ratpackrecords.com, and I think it's and Facebook and Rat Pack Records Facebook / Jeff LaBar, you'll see all that stuff. Plus, it's available for pre-order on Amazon now. It's funny. The other day I posted this just today. Today I bought something on Amazon like a couple months ago, so now I get an email from Amazon every day. So today the email from Amazon was advertising my CD for pre-order, and it said right at the top, Jeff LaBar, if you're into hard rock music, you may be interested in these selections, and it had mine first. I thought that was so funny. It was me, Skid Row, Richie Kotzen, and Tom Kiefer. Oh, I got such a kick out of that. But you can pre-order it on Amazon. If you download No Strings on iTunes, I think you get a discount through iTunes on the CD when it comes out August 26th.
All right.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm just Real Jeff LaBar, and we got Facebook, all that stuff.
I want to say that you have all the support here from BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio, and I mean this honestly. If you need anything from us, just have your publicist, reach out to me. I'll make sure I'll get it done for you because I definitely want to support you and get you out there more, man.
Hey, John, thanks a lot, man. I hope I didn't talk too much.
No, perfect.
I was like, people
perfect.
tuned out already. People were like, oh, my God, this guy doesn't shut up.
Before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for my show, Jeff?
Sure. Okay. Hey, this is Jeff LaBar. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Turn it up.
All right, everybody stick around. We got some more music coming up for you guys and gals out there, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Keep rocking out, Jeff.
Thank you very much, John.